This video was recorded with the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. Skip it up and that up! What's going on, people? Rich of Review Tech USA. I'm not speaking softly to, sound sexy like Barry White. It's just, I've been nonstop today. Cleaned my whole apartment, had family over for Father's Day. It's just been crazy. What you're taking a look at here before I get into the topic I want to talk about, this is actually Crysis 3 footage from the PS3. I was down at Walmart picking up sneakers for the gym because my other ones were threadbare. Literally, it was kind of embarrassing. I just was too lazy to go get a new pair. And they had Crysis 3 for dirt cheap down there. And I was like, you know what? As much as the key thing I love, obviously, is gaming. I love gaming. To me is my key form of entertainment. Obviously, as you know from watching Review Tech USA. But I love comparing technology. Like, to me, I'm interested in, obviously, the PC version is going to look better, but I love to see what developers do with limited hardware. And I could tell you, from playing this, I'm blown away at what Crytek did with the PS3. I don't know which version's better. I don't have a 360 anymore, but the frame rate is generally pretty good. There's some places you could tell it's in the upper 20s, not at 30 frames per second, but the visuals on a 7-year-old console are gorgeous. I cannot believe what Crytek did with such limited hardware, such old hardware. It's very impressive. It blew me away, to be honest with you. Granted, the AI is dumb as rocks. You could go into cloak mode, have your bow and arrow, and there could be like 3 guys standing next to each other, and you could put an arrow through 2 of their heads, and the third guy will just sit there like and like nothing happened. But unreal. It makes me more excited to see what they're going to do with next gen. If they could do this with this current generation of consoles, what the hell are they going to do with next gen, man? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, this is something I want to talk about for a while. I almost forgot to talk about it, and even with my voice being so tonight from just being drained, I really wanted to get this and make, because it's an interesting topic. I'm interested to hear what people have to say. And it's about, do you think, I should say as well, that digital distribution on consoles will make consoles irrelevant to you? Now, before I get into what I think, and if I think it will or not, let me give you my history with digital distribution. I remember, I knew about Steam from a long time ago, like when Half-Life 2 was first released, but I didn't really get into it, Steam, until like 2007. And I never ever, there were some games that the DRM was Steam, but I refused to buy a game through Steam. I'd be like, why would I want to just pay the full price for a game, or even if it's cheaper, pay money for a game I have to download through the internet that I don't own anything physically with? I'm like, are they smoking crack? Like, what is this? And it took me forever to wrap my mind around it. And I remember the first game that turned me on to Steam, and it was Fear 2, and I'll tell you why. I think I was looking for like a piece of shady software back then, I'll admit it, and it ended up screwing up my computer. And you guys know, there's always that one virus or whatever you get, or worm, that nothing will get rid of it. You're just better off reinstalling your operating system. And I had already bought Fear 2, installed it, had to have the Steam client, and when I had to reinstall my operating system or reimage my hard drive, I was like, shit, where the hell is that Fear 2 disc? I wanted to play it again. And then I just downloaded the Steam client, and then I see, my library, I see Fear 2 right there. I double click on it, it starts downloading. I'm like, and like a light bulb went off in my head. It was like, oh shit, this is awesome. So even if I can't find this disc, I still have, all I needed was my name and password, and boom, my game is right there. And then I started seeing all the deals that Steam had. And then I started, if you wanted a game, like I remember there was one time I had to go to work, but I just let the game download, went to work, came home, and it was ready to go. And that's when I got really turned on to digital distribution. It was kind of like I had to trip into it. And what happened from there is, most of my multiplats were purchased via Steam. It made consoles less relevant to me then. But I have to say one thing, with this current generation, there be once in a while I would still get a console game on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. One of the main reasons is I could trade that game in. You still can't do that on Steam in the States. I think overseas in Europe, some places you can. I'm not sure about that. If you know, please put it. If you live in Europe, does Steam allow you to trade games over there? Put it in the comments section below. And another reason I would do it is that consoles are still semi-portable. Like, you wouldn't take my machine is a huge machine, has a big ass video card in it. You wouldn't want to lug that around everywhere. A console, even though, obviously Crysis 3 is not going to look as good on the PS3 as it is on the PC, the PlayStation 3 super duper slim, although I do think it is a piece of crap build quality wise, is a very portable system. All you need is the power cord, an HDMI cable, and your controller, whatever game you want, and you could bring that system anywhere. So you have this social aspect. I could bring my whole console with me and play it with friends. It just, those are the benefits. That's what keeps me console gaming. Besides the trade-ins, is that it's still a more social way of gaming than it is on PC. But now let's take a look at what Microsoft is trying to do. Now, obviously, with the Xbox One, they saw the success of Steam. Okay, and I agree that the future is going to be digital distribution. But what they're doing is they're trying to, cram it down your throat. They're trying to cram it down the general consumer's throat. And I can tell you from my own experience, trying to force people in digital distribution doesn't work. I had to kind of get eased into it by my story that I just told you. And a lot of people, especially people who aren't PC gamers, who haven't dealt with Steam and other forms of DRM, are going to be really, this is going to turn the whole gaming world upside down. I mean, it sounds melodramatic over just gaming, but I'm saying this is their form of entertainment. And now you're telling me, these guys used to go to, GameStop, pick up a disc. Now you're telling me that there's all these rules and regulations. And to people who aren't used to that, it's going to be, a big culture shock to them. And I think in the end, the Xbox One is going to do okay. But if Microsoft, I saw an article somewhere, I may talk about it tomorrow, they're saying they're not changing any of their policies. So for a while, until people get used to digital distribution and DRM and all these things that they never had to deal with on consoles, because if they weren't PC gamers and they had never had to deal with these things, they're not going to handle it too well. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, what to me is something that I think is going to be an issue, is that once, even with Sony, Adam Sessler said it, and I was thinking it before he even said it, digital distribution is inevitable on all three platforms, the Wii U, the PS4, and the Xbox One. And to me, it's, what will be the benefit at that point? Now, I'm getting a PS4, I already have it pre-owned, but I was driving the other day, and I was thinking, what will be the benefit to having a console? If I'm not going to have that convenience where, I have almost like a portable gaming system, if I can't trade in the games, if those social aspects are going to go away, because basically it's going to be like Steam on consoles with how you're going to get your games, what will be the point of owning a gaming console? And I was thinking, wow, minus the occasional exclusive, there really won't be. And that was kind of depressing, because to me, what it signifies is that this current generation, the seventh generation of consoles, the PS3, the 360, and the original Wii, kind of mark the end of an era where consoles were true consoles, where consoles had those social aspects, where consoles felt like, they didn't feel like a PC. I mean, they kind of do with all the updates. Like, I put in Crysis 3 and there was a huge update, but this, to me, I hate to say it, and it's kind of depressing, because, I grew up with consoles. I was 4 years old and I remember getting under the Christmas tree, I got an original Nintendo Entertainment System with Rob the Robot and a Teddy Ruxpin. I've grown up with consoles from when I was just barely got out of diapers. And to see them become irrelevant to me because I could get the same experience on a PC. And I'm sure other people will still love consoles, because there's still people out there who want nothing to do with PCs. But for me, I can't really justify a reason to be as passionate about console gaming as I am now. I've lost some of the passion because PC gaming has piqued my interest more. But I'll tell you, man, to this day, there's nothing better. Like when I picked up The Last of Us, I still love taking home that physical copy, opening it up, looking at the artwork, and those days are numbered. And it's sad. And, you know, it's an end of an era, and this generation, this current one, is the last one, at least to me, like I just said before, that consoles will still be consoles. I don't think we'll ever have that back again. And I know things have to evolve and change, but it's still sad. It's like a piece of my childhood is, you know, becoming outdated and antiquated. It's the best way I could put it. So anyway, here's an interesting question to you. If everything, which, you know, they keep talking about it, experts, the hardware developers, Sony, Microsoft, if everything goes digital distribution, will consoles become irrelevant to you? Will you stop gaming in general? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. I am very interested, and I will respond back with this video to see what you guys have to say. Anyway, guys, this is Rich of Review Tech USA signing off. News stories will be up tomorrow. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.